Hey everybody, this is Chris with Take Home Tech, and I wanted to do something a little bit different today. I wanted to make a video that was reflective of who I am and what I want to accomplish with this channel. So I will just sort of run down the list here and go over the bullet points and let you know a little bit about who I am and what I'm about. So who is THT? Well, THT is, I'm an IT professional, have been for the last 12 years. About half, or maybe a little over half of that time, I was with Apple, at Apple Retail. I worked in the Genius area. I was a technical expert, so my specialty was iPhones, iPad, Apple TV, Apple Watch. If you came to an Apple store and you had an issue with your iPhone or your iPad or your watch, you were making an appointment with someone such as myself, and we would, go through the troubleshooting and whatnot with you. My current role is I'm with a help desk for a company that uses largely PCs, so I'm still adjusting to that a few years later, but my passion and where my heart lies is with Apple products, so that's kind of the main focus of this channel. What am I doing? Who knows? What I'm doing is I want to make content that is helpful to you guys. Over the years, I know there's been a lot of, lots changed in the world of technology, and I certainly don't know everything about everything, but I do think that I have a good ability to explain things and sort of break things down. And so I just want to make content that is quick, it's digestible, it's relevant, hopefully helpful, hopefully a bit fun. Tech support by nature is not really fun, but I am trying to minimize the friction between, the average person and someone who actually can break these things down and talk about them at length. And I also want to sort of get back to basics a little bit. The iPhone launched in 2007. The iPad launched in 2010. So coming very soon, the iPhone will have existed for 20 years. And I feel like we are just scratching the surface of what we can do with these things. And that's what I want to get into. When did this come about? Well, I started this channel about 2 years ago. Officially, I put out my first video about 2 years ago. But I've had this idea for probably 3 years or more. And I have a full-time job. I have things like my own hobbies and things that I get into, and so I haven't been as frequent about the videos as I would like to be, but I feel like there's a need that I can fill, and I want to. It really germinated when I was with Apple, and then it's only been very recently that I've been able to really do anything about it. Where not really so important. I started working as a technician for an Apple service provider in kind of central Indiana, around the Indianapolis area, and that was in 2013. And from 2017 to 2022, I worked for Apple Retail in Kentucky. And yeah, not super important, but it's on the list, so I'm going to talk about it. The big one is the why, and I sort of mentioned it here, but the easiest way I know to explain it is when I worked at Apple, they had courses called Today at Apple, and they're actually great. They still do them. They're free. They get into new features and photography and digital art and how to take better photos and those types of things, and that's all great. It's all true. There is certainly a place for that type of information. However, what I noticed back in the support area was that they were asking questions, or they were answering questions that none of the people that I saw were asking. And so I sort of thought that there was sort of a missed opportunity for them to get back to basics. And I feel like if you do things correctly, if you do things in the correct order, or you sort of maybe adjust some habits to get a little more like adapt a little more to these things, they can really, really, really be productive, useful, fun devices that frankly we pay a lot of money for. And I just feel like that there is a need for sort of a back to basics approach with this type of content, and that's what I am setting out to do. Like I said, I want to keep these videos somewhat short. I want to put out content regularly. I want to put out content when things change or something happens. I want to answer questions as I go. So this would be a good time to tell you that you can post your questions down in the comments, and I will. I can't promise that I'll answer every one of them, but if I see frequent things come up, I wanna make a video about that, because it's affecting a lot of people, and so I want to put that out there. And so I really want to be a trusted advisor to you. I want to be a resource, and these types of videos are a good way to do that. I am not a videographer. I don't have any crazy equipment. I'm just trying to capture the information, get it out quickly, so you can fix your problem and get on with your day, or get back to doing something fun with these, playing a game or watching a movie or whatever. And yeah, so that's what I'm doing. That's why I made this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please leave a like, subscribe if you think that you are going to need this type of content. If you know someone who is maybe going to need this kind of content, it really does help out small channels like mine. And I do want to grow this thing a little bit. So thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.